Hello and welcome. This is Kathy Bradley and Kathy Bradley and the Angels. Welcome to your August 2017 Angelic Messages. So take a nice deep breath. Thank the Heavenly Realm for being with you today and to receive these beautiful messages that we have for you today. So today I'm working with Doreen Virtue's decks. One I'm starting with is the Oracle deck from the Magical Unicorns. And then I'm working with Archangel Michael deck, and then I'm working with Mother Mary, who comes through with Jesus. So take a nice deep breath, and it's interesting, it always is, right? How it all works together and creates this beautiful little story. And so the first one that I'm going to share, and I always like sharing the pictures because they're always so beautiful, it's talking about deciding. And here you go, look at the picture. See the unicorn? Talking about deciding. So it's time to clearly make a decision about what you want. So often people come in and see me during a private meeting or a session, and typically they don't know what they do want. They know what they don't want, and they feel very often they feel stuck in that situation. And what's happening is they're clearly focusing on what they don't want. So believe it or not, that's what they keep attracting, but they don't realize that, because obviously they would change. So I'd like to share with you, what do you want? Now is a wonderful time for you to make a decision and decide. So there could be different options available to you. And so you might want to meditate on this a little bit. And if you're at a crossroads, write some things down, do a journal, write some things down for yourself, and see what resonates with you. The more that we grow up, the more responsibilities we have. And so we have to take on the role of deciding what we want to do with our life. That's nobody else's responsibility. It's clearly only yours. And each person has free will, so each person has the responsibility to themselves to decide, what would I like to create in my life? What would I like to experience in my now moment? It's all we really have. So take a moment, they're telling me write 3 things down that you'd like to create in your life, because that's going to help you make a decision. So let's say, for example, you can't decide between 2 things. What they want you to do is envision, use your imagination, and kind of try on what it would feel like to do one of the options that you're looking at. So imagine yourself in that position, whatever you want to create or whatever you want to experience, and just try it on, so to speak, test it on, do like a little run in your imagination and see how it feels. And if it feels light and happy, that's a yes. Like, this resonates with me, this feels good, it feels expansive, it feels fun, right? So that's a yes for you. If it's no, connect with yourself and ask why. And how you know it's a no, typically you might feel a tightness in your body. You could feel kind of like in your stomach. You might feel like a ball rolled up in there. That's a sign that something's not right for you. It could be one particular aspect of it that's not right for you. So connect with yourself and ask yourself, what is it about that decision that may not be right for you? Okay, and just resonate with yourself, check in with your heart, not your mind. Your mind is the ego. Edge God out. That brings you down a whole other path where it's very confusing. It's kind of like you ask a question and then you get another question and another question. It never ends. And that's typically based in fear. As we're a direction for you to take based in love, right? Love is the opposite of fear, so it feels like that's connecting with your heart space rather than the mind. The mind keeps questioning what's going on. Okay, so do that for yourself this month. Check in with that, and you're going to laugh when you see the next card from Archangel Michael, which is very similar to this one. So there must be a lot of people at a juncture in their life where they have to make a decision about what's going on, because you're going to laugh. Okay, so this is Archangel Michael, and Archangel Michael is talking about take your time making this decision. So again, talking about a decision coming up this month, but taking your time, not rushing into anything, right? So very often I think some of the nervousness is we think we have to make a really fast decision. And they're talking about, again, connecting with your heart, seeing what feels right, kind of trying them on, and knowing that it's okay to do so. They're talking to me right now. It's good to take some time to do some research and explore the different options that are available to you. See what it feels like. And then just sit with that and maybe meditate on that. Don't feel a need to rush. Typically when we feel a need to rush, like, oh my gosh, we got to make the decision this minute, what happens? Again, we feel that constricted. It's kind of like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? How am I going to make the right decision? So what you're doing is you're putting pressure on yourself. That's not going to bring you to an easy place where you feel confident and capable in making your decision. So give yourself that time. Meditate on it. In the morning might be a lovely time for you to do it. It's kind of quiet before everything's up and moving. So meditate on a decision that you have to make, an important decision that you have to make, and allow yourself that time to connect with your sacred heart from a place of love. And then also, if you find that you need more information to make a valid decision, then do that. I mean, my goodness, now we're at a point in time where we can Google anything and find out information. As quick as the question comes up, it's kind of like, oh, we'll get the answer that comes to us. And know that the heavenly realm are with you. You have to ask them for their guidance. So, because of free will, they cannot assist us unless we actually ask. So right now, ask the angels and your guides, your guardian angels, the ascended masters, for the guidance in making the best decision for your highest good. Take a nice deep cleansing breath. Breathing brings you to the present moment. What gets us tangled up and gets us caught up is when we keep going back to what happened in the past and recreating that same thing in the future, or going into worry, going into fear, what's going to happen in the future. So if you can stay in the present moment as you're connecting with your sacred heart, that's going to take you to where you want to be. Okay? Very good. So enjoy that and know that even if you don't make a decision, that's making a decision. Okay, so remember that as well. The last message that we have today, it's funny because this is Mother Mary. I chose her deck, and it's Jesus that's coming through. And he's saying to pray for Jesus's help and guidance making this decision or in this situation. So again, it's the same theme. So a lot of people are at a crossroads. It's kind of like things just aren't working anymore. And this makes sense because this is going along with the astrological charts as well, right? This is the time of Leo. It's kind of like this is working for me or this is no longer working for me. Looking what it is and then making choices based on that. And then also we have in August, we have the 21st, that's the eclipse. So it's a very powerful time. Take advantage of this. Give yourself plenty of time to relax so that you can listen to Jesus. So you ask Jesus, you ask your guides for help and guidance. And then the second part of that is listening. See what messages come through. The messages could come through in a book, it could come through in a movie, it could come through in a song, numbers, colors, whatever feels right for you, go with it. And then don't question the validity, right? What happens is, again, we go into that, am I crazy? Am I imagining this? This can't be true. Go with it. And then if you're not sure still, you can ask for more validations. And as soon as you ask, you're going to get them. What you want to do is pay attention and then maybe write them down in a journal. So that way you see how often you actually are getting these messages. And then it creates, they're showing me a little road map for yourself about maybe if you get overwhelmed, if you have so many things to do. The roadmap is beautiful because what it does is it shows you step by step. Okay, so you have to decide the name of the business, for example, right? Before you're going to make a website. And you have to create cards before you actually do go out and do whatever it is that you want to do. So there's a plan. It makes sense, and it's logical, and it's systematic, and it comes to you with ease and grace. If anything is really hard and it's challenging and it's not smooth, probably not the best choice for you. So pay attention to the signs after you've asked for the guidance. Wonderful. Well, thank you all so much for coming. Hope you enjoy the last beautiful month of August, the last month of summer. September, we're kind of into it, but then a lot of people's schedule changes. They go back into school or work, things of that nature. So just enjoy this month, enjoy yourself, relax, take it all in, and remember the angels are there with you as you're making your life decisions in choosing whatever is best and for your highest good. So thank you, we love you, we send you blessings, and we'll see you next month. Love you, bye.